Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. I already said you won the internet in hour one with your tweet. If Elon Musk is actually the president and he's paying all of Trump's bills, doesn't that mean Trump is Musk's first lady? And I think that's going to bother him more than calling President Musk President Musk.
That first lady, Melania, whatever they were, there were so many things. Orange Melania. Look, Donald Trump is a kept man. He is now living in a big house that Elon Musk bought for him. Mm-hmm. You know, he gets everything paid for. And when Elon Musk speaks, and then Trump has to agree with him. I wonder if Trump would be like Melania. We don't see Donald anymore. It's just Elon Musk going forward. I mean, he did buy him that nice house. Elon Musk bought him the White House. That's a nice mansion.
Dean, I keep saying it is just infuriating. It is unprecedented. And yet I mean, it's almost like I keep using the word revolution, but I'm like, are Americans going to stand for this? For the richest man in the world shutting down the government, taking away their Social Security so that he can get, after, by the way, our taxpayer money is what made him rich. He's the biggest socialist welfare queen in the world.
Elon Musk there's nothing, it doesn't impact him if they shut the government down. It doesn't impact him if Social Security ends or Medicare ends. He is the wealthiest man in the world. Why he's so concerned with cutting the federal government, it doesn't make sense, except for if they're not going to end services. They privatize it. Right. And then who gets to get the contracts?
Yeah.
The government contracts to provide the services? We know this. It's the wealthy, the GOP donors. So Elon Musk, like the oligarchs and the robber barons of the 1880s, 1890s, they cannot make enough money. There's not enough. The idea, like how many speedboats you have to water ski behind, I think that was in Wall Street.
Yeah.
Like all of that, it doesn't end. Their appetite for wealth is, you can't satisfy it.
Dean, it's already
money. It's unreal.
It's already happening. You know what the test case was? Is the post office. They put Louis DeJoy in, who was wildly incompetent, to destroy it, and now they have to go, well, now you got to privatize it. I mean, that was the test run for this.
Right. Look, they've already. Take a step back. People go, oh, Republicans want to privatize Medicare. They've done that. It's called Medicare Advantage.
Thank you.
Now, 60% of people on Medicare are on Medicare Advantage provided by health insurance companies, which are filled with wealthy GOP donors. They're going to try a Social Security Advantage, as Tom Hartman we talked about with Tom, that's the next step, where you're not actually ending the program. You're slowly phasing it out with this private functioning that they can make more money. If they get rid of the post office, people in rural areas, which are generally Republicans, not all, will suffer the most. There's no for-profit company that's going to go up a mountain to deliver a letter, but the post office has to. They're mandated by law to do that. They do universal access, universal delivery, if it's profit or not. A big company that wants to make money, they're never going to deliver. So good luck, folks. You're going to suffer. You're going to lose your checks, your prescription drugs. They're not going to come to your house.
Yeah, and if anything is going to make us go South Korea on their ass, it's Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, going, oh, you'll be fine for 3 weeks over Christmas with no pay, when most of us can't afford a $400 emergency. I mean, he's going to be the one that decides your grandma's getting too much Social Security money that she paid into her whole life.
Hey, you know what, Stephanie, what's been remarkable? Democrats did something they never do. They picked a good message, calling him President Elon Musk over and over, and they stuck to it. And they went on TV, and all the Democrats were saying it. I'm like, what are you, Republicans? This is unbelievable. You guys actually came up with a good message and repeated it. Everyone, from Jayapal to Dan Goldman, everyone on TV, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, President Musk, President Musk, President Musk, the billionaire shutting down our government, oligarch.
And you can tell it's bothering him because they've already put up a statement saying it doesn't bother him. He doesn't care. They've already had to react to it.
Today, that's right. Today on Fox News, I don't watch Fox News, but I saw a report how Lawrence Jones, their one host, said he talked to Trump yesterday, who said to him right away, I'm not troubled by what they're saying, President Musk. Like, oh, you are so troubled. Yeah. You are so being trolled. Because, look, Trump is a Pinot, a president name only. And I wrote about that in October, but I thought it was going to be for the dementia. If he won, his dementia would make him a Pinot. I didn't think it was going to be Musk. It is Musk has made him a Pinot, a little teeny Pinot.
That's teeny. E. Jean Carroll already told us, teeny Pinot. Teeny. Okay.
Teeny Pinot, that's right.
No, but, I mean, you were talking about whether, the coming brawl between Trump and Musk, when Trump's ego, of course, gets, but the problem now is, he's got him in a vice right? I mean, well, who was it? Dan Goldman talking about, first of all, he bought him. He bought the election.
Yep.
He's the one that would fund all these frivolous lawsuits against people, the revenge lawsuits. He's the one that would fund all the primaries against, Republicans that don't do what Trump wants. Where is Dan Goldman was saying Musk will provide Trump with a windfall if Trump does his bidding. That's all Trump ever cares about is money. Dan said he has his own interests related solely to his own federal contracts, his own business interests. He has no idea how government operates. This is Musk, how government runs. He spent nearly $300 million to get Trump elected. There are rumors he's going to use X to buy or merge with True Social, which would give Trump a tremendous windfall. Elon Musk has Donald Trump in a vice, and it's very clear Elon Musk is now calling the shots. So, it's like Putin. Now he's Putin and Elon Musk's puppet.
Well, and I'll tell you, Elon Musk, on some level, with the Russian theme continuing, it's like Rasputin. That's who Elon Musk is. This mythical figure shows up out of nowhere, gets a huge amount of influence over the Tsar Nicholas. And what happens? Who brings him down? The other noblemen who got jealous of Rasputin, who then ended up poisoning him, shooting him, drowning him, and throwing him in the river. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Elon Musk, but it could. These are the kind of things. So already, by the way, today, Congressman Rich McCormick, a Republican, actually last night on CNN, was the first one to criticize Elon Musk, saying, and he's a Republican, because no one voted for him. He goes, and so Elon Musk is concerned with his own interest. He goes, I'm concerned with the interest of people who elected me. If you see more Republicans peel off like that, it's sort of the nobleman of the time of Rasputin. I'm not kidding. Yeah. That's the greatest hope, that if you're going to have that fight, it's an internal Republican divide that fractures their party and their caucus. That's good for us as Democrats.
Yeah.
We want them to fight as much as possible. Yeah. So let's hope that happens. Whatever we can do to fuel that, we got to keep doing it.
I mean, you said it on, is this Threads, I guess. Elon Musk, is the world's richest man, is shutting down the U.S. government as a show of power. Back in the real world, the shutdown means millions of members of our military and federal workers will not get paid. Musk's response is to let them eat cake. We finally have oligarchy here. This is it. And you said, this was an interesting idea, because on your lawyer hat, you said, should we look into putting together a massive class action lawsuit against Musk for intentionally peddling lies during the campaign, which was election interference? If we can get 30 million plaintiffs seeking damages, it could be very costly for Musk. I mean, I think we're going to have to get creative in this next resistance, aren't we?
I'm going to write some articles over the break, and because I've been doing research on it. I think we have to follow the Republican lead. Remember their Texas bounty law with abortions? They couldn't prevent abortion, but they incentivized people, saying, if you sue someone, you get $10,000 and your legal fees if someone tries to do an abortion in our state. This is before Roe fell. Blue states can do the same thing about contributions to campaigns that go over a certain limit. If the government gets involved, then Citizens United and the Supreme Court might strike it down. But if you hire private citizens and you give them a reward, a bounty, to go after Elon Musk, in any state he does business, if he gives a donation over a certain amount of money, that we have a set limit, you might have an impact. I mean, I'm trying to be creative here too, because on the federal level, we're not going to pass anything. It's not going to happen, and the corrupt Supreme Court will strike it down. Yeah. But if there's a way to keep state actions out and do private action, this is just completely legal wonky. You're taking the state action out, then the Supreme Court won't strike it down. It's not the state saying you can't say this stuff. It's private citizens just having the power to sue you. You can keep saying it. So look, I'm going to look into it more. It might not make the most sense right now, but folks, we got to be creative in all of this.
I'm with you, baby.
Oh, hi. I just finished, I'm going to say, an 11 billion mile bike ride. And thank God I happen to have this magic potion with me, ASEA, as seen on the Stephanie Miller Show. It helps my cells communicate better so that I can heal faster from overdoing because I'm lying about my age. I also use it on my face.